Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the S Bros podcast. I'm your host Armando. This is my co-host,
This is Aaron.
and we're going to be going through the reboot series of the Planet of the Apes. We watched Rise of the Planet of the Apes last night, and we're going to go from there. Aaron, why don't you kick us off and start by letting me know what you thought you liked about it?
Okay. Like you said, we're going through this series of Planet of the Apes, getting ready for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes in theaters this May, I believe, is when that comes out. I'm extremely excited for that because I really like this series. Even though this one is definitely a lot of a setup and backstory and not really a whole lot happens, but at the same time, a lot does happen. We really get a feel for Caesar's heart, where his story starts. You know, just being, we see his spoilers, but we see his entire lifespan over these movies. And so just getting to see the absolute starting point of that is, I love that. I think he's a really well-written character. Andy Serkis is a phenomenal actor as well as mocap. You blew your mind just 30 seconds ago when you realized it was Andy Serkis who did that.
Again, not surprised.
Not surprised, but it is, yeah, he did a fantastic job. What I really didn't like about it was James Franco. Everything to do with his acting, it was just pan-faced, is that the proper expression for someone who's got, no emotion? Like, wood?
I guess, yeah.
Is it wood? Wooden?
Yeah.
Just complete bored, just, nothing.
You didn't get
like
emotion
a cast
attached to his
iron
character.
skillet is what I was looking at.
Okay.
So it just, I wasn't a fan of his line delivery, his whole overall role in the film. I mean, James Franco as a person aside is as problematic as whatever. I don't give a crap. But he did nothing for this movie. There are movies that he is a good actor in, I think, but I'm not going down that road. I'm talking about Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And in this one, he just was not as... Yeah, he didn't fit into the world as much as everything else did.
So you feel that this movie would have been only uplifted if James Franco wasn't in it at all?
There needed to be that character, but it needed to not be James Franco. I don't know why they went with him. Maybe it could have been him just being a popular star at the time.
Yeah, I don't know
When
for
did this
sure.
come out? 2011?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he was popular during that time.
Yeah, I mean, James Franco, there was a chunk of time where he can pretty much be in anything. And, I did like this movie. I agree with you. It was really good getting into it after we could get Mom past calling it that new Tyler Perry movie. But once we but she was just raised in a different time. So once we got past that, then I was really... Yeah, I just like the story behind this. I think they did a good job about trying to make it. We got past the Mark Wahlberg kissing a monkey part. I don't think we're
not in this movie.
I think
That was not in this movie.
I think we're far past that. It has the hot chick from Slumdog Millionaire. I believe her name.
I've never seen that.
Oh, dude.
I've never seen Slumdog
First
Millionaire.
off, Slumdog Millionaire is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
I love that.
Frida Pinto is her name.
Really like Brian Cox. He plays William Stryker in X2.
Oh yeah, he is in this. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the
dad.
He's the corrupt or the corrupt chimpanzee
keeper
guy.
Thing.
I don't know. I don't know what you call him. But
Dad had a good point though. When
What?
when all the monkeys were running around the hills, there was a lot more than I thought was in the cages.
Yeah, well, I mean, I did think that was just their...
Tom Felton, shame on you. Glad you passed. Glad you passed in that movie. You animal abuser, you. It wasn't actually Tom Felton. It was his character. I understand the difference. I understand the difference.
You're talking about a Harry Potter legend there,
talking
dude. You
about
watch
a
your
Weasley,
mouth, bro.
A Weasley character in Harry Potter.
You watch your mouth.
Weasley character.
Draco Malfoy is one of the most beloved characters ever.
Dude, all those wizards.
He just had bad parents, dude.
Dude, every single one of those wizards would fail in comparison to Gandalf.
Dude.
You could put them all up together. Voldemort included.
I will throw this out there. No true fan of either of those franchises. I don't know. Yeah, either of those two franchises would ever want you to put those two in comparison because of the greatness on their own. Harry Potter is one of the best film series ever. So
Fail in comparison.
well, not just film series,
Fail
but more
in
book
comparison.
series. But But anyway, we're not talking about Harry Potter or
Lord of the Rings.
Or Lord of the Rings, which we will, though, at one of these times.
God,
I will make
they're
you
amazing movies.
Harry Potter's. Yeah,
No,
I agree with you.
No.
We're gonna go through those, and
I
we're
do
gonna
not like the Harry Potter movies.
We're gonna go through those so we can talk about those because they're awesome.
They are just not at all.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Lord of the Rings. I'll watch that all day.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that, but yeah,
the extended editions. Those are really the only ones to go through.
I just like how they really go a little bit more into. Sometimes they cut off a little bit of a flow of the film, but they do a good job at adding specific storyline that just give you a little more richness in the characters in the Lord of the Rings extended versions.
You know who Google has credited in this movie?
Who?
Don Cheadle.
What was Don Cheadle?
He wasn't.
That's interesting. That's racist.
Why do you think
that's worse than my joke.
Why
Holy
do you think
crap.
that's racist, dude? I don't believe that it is.
Dude,
I got some trivia. I got some IMDb trivia about this movie.
I want to say...
Did you know there was an original ending?
I want to talk about... No. I want to talk about what I liked about the movie, dude.
What did you like about the movie?
I enjoy how it gives a good point into the virus that wipes out humanity on the planet, how the rise came of the Planet of the Apes.
Well...
And so I like that it goes into that a little bit, that you see how it's kind of just from this virus, from what made the apes become something so much more, killed and decimated all the prior, I don't know, intelligent life or the superior species on the food chain. I don't know. I like that part a lot about it. I enjoy the guy, what's his name? I don't know what his name is, but the one from Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I find him very funny.
His character name was Franklin in this.
Yeah,
he's the guy who first dies of the...
Yeah, I think he's a little
virus.
underrated. I think he's funnier than some people probably give him credit for. So,
yeah,
one of my favorites.
I did really enjoy that Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, that was
a good one.
It was not what I thought it was going to be at all when I turned it on.
No, me neither. That was a pleasant surprise, and I loved every minute of it.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and go into your trivia. My
trivia is not really that important.
Hit it, dude. Let's find out some trivia.
Other than this movie,
trivia of the apes.
Trivia of the apes. Well, at the end, when the apes get freed from their cages and they're climbing up that tree before busting out of the encampment that they're in, they form a double helix, which is the shape of DNA.
Whoa, that's crazy.
The Gen Cis logo.
Really?
Yes.
DNA is the Gen Cis logo? The double helix is the Gen Cis logo?
Yeah, the evil company. I don't know if that's not like mind-blowing, but
the evil company.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm picking up what you're laying down. When I heard Gen Cis, I thought something totally. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was like, why is that in the trivia thing? But okay.
Good Lord.
Never mind. All right, cool.
There was an original post-credit scene that had Koba discovering a shotgun in the woods and learning to shoot it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have hated that.
Yeah. No. Because eventually in the second one, there's a jump essentially in the evolution of this whole process of the apes taking over the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I like the second one a lot.
Yeah, I want to see it. And the third one will also be a good one to see.
Yes.
Right? Because it's Rise, Dawn, War, Kingdom. There we go.
You had to look that up.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have
Some
been
fan
gun to my head. I wouldn't have
Some
been
fan
able
you
to say
are.
that.
Some fan you are.
But yeah, I do enjoy the fact that everything you really want out of it though comes from the final ending part where the apes are going over the bridge.
Yeah.
The gorilla jumping through the air and taking down the helicopter is one of the coolest scenes.
Cool.
It's badass.
R.I.P. Harambe.
R.I.P. Harambe.
Gone too soon.
Yeah, it's they did such a good job with that. It made it exciting. Yeah, they made these these are very watchable movies. I enjoy them a lot.
Caesar's whole journey is very watchable, and I like that character.
Yeah, I like that they give him the parts where gives him self-awareness earlier on. He's like, "What is Caesar?"
Yeah.
Am I a pet?
When he encounters that dog, that German Shepherd.
Mm-hmm.
God, such an aggressive.
And then he gives his ape ape shriek back or whatever.
It's his ape shriek.
Yeah.
Roars at it.
Yeah, I agree with you though about James Franco. I'm not always the biggest James Franco fan. Some stuff I think he's good in. Like I'm always
Like
gonna
Pineapple Express.
I'm always gonna be a fan of Pineapple Express.
Always.
When I first saw This Is the End, you can only watch that movie it's not one
I've
of those.
seen that movie hundreds of times.
I have not
It's
seen it hundreds
not-
of times.
It's not good enough to watch hundreds of times, but I've seen
No.
it hundreds of times.
Yeah, it's good enough for like maybe 5, but for the most part, again, I liked him in it. So
Yeah. There's a lot of the comedians in there are really flushed out, and they are able to play on a lot of their strengths of personality in that movie, and it's very entertaining, but it's not as good as needing to be seen hundreds of times.
mm-hmm.
It was just the one that I used to put on in the background when me and my friends would play Monopoly.
Well, I think James Franco Green when he becomes the Green Goblin, he's not as good. But like, in Spider-Man, the Raimiverse,
Yeah.
in the first Spider-Man, he's a great Harry Osborn. In the second one, he's also a very good Harry Osborn.
Yeah.
I like him as an actor in that.
I do like Harry Osborn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, James Franco's got some other movies that I like.
He's good. Yeah. Yeah, good pairing with Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. So, I don't know. I'm excited for the War of the Planet of the Apes. I think that's going to be really, really
Me
good.
too.
Or Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, sorry.
I knew what you meant.
The new one coming out. The next one that we watch, though, is going to be Dawn of the
Dawn.
Planet of the Apes.
Yes. Is he on horseback in that poster, or is that war?
Let me look it up real fast. Dawn?
I think it's war, where he's on
the-
horseback and it's a little snowy. It just looks so cool.
Yeah, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, dude. He's literally on a horse with a machine gun raised up in his hand.
Was he walking in war then?
And I think he's going through water. Yeah, there's the bridge.
Let me see.
Let's pull it up on the
Oh.
screen.
Oh, see that? See, that's not bad.
No.
He's riding his horse underneath. Well, not underneath the bridge. That's really.
Well, here's
deep
the real
water, but-
question. War of the Planet of the Apes. What's that poster? Is he on a horse again?
Is he on a horse? Did they like that so much they just did it again?
I think so, because I'm pretty sure I remember. Yep, he's on a horse.
Yep. Nice. It's a cool poster. The moment when Caesar chooses to stay behind,
And he's on a horse.
when he really feels the connection with the other primates,
Mm-hmm.
I think that was communicated well
I agree. And it's cool
when he wasn't going to leave him behind.
Yeah. Yeah, when he realized that ape together are stronger.
I also would have chosen to stay in that pen than go to James Franco's house.
I would have gone to James Franco's house.
There's a lot less weed than you think there is.
It's that hot Indian chick that's over there, dude.
Never seen Slumdog Millionaire.
I highly recommend watching it.
You do?
It's a very good
Who's
film.
in that movie?
What's the guy's name?
Oh,
who's
that's
in
helpful.
The Green Knight?
I have not seen the
But
Green
if
Knight.
you, like, gun to your head, you know who I'm talking about?
No. Are you talking about Dev Patel?
Mhm. Yes.
Oh, dude, you should have said Firelord Zuko.
Firelord Zuko. Is he Firelord Zuko in?
No, he's not in the Netflix one. He's in the M. Night
Oh,
Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, he's gonna be he is in that, and then everybody else is like a more famous Bollywood actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen it.
Ah, dude, it's such a good movie. Such a good movie.
Okay.
It
What's
really
good about
tugs
it?
on the heartstrings. I really like.
What's the story? Is he on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, but it's like the India version.
Okay.
And he is on there trying to, because he knows the love of his life, Lupita, is going to be watching. No, not Lupita. Sorry, Latika. She's going to be watching the show, and so he's trying to. I forget, like, if he's trying to like win something for her. That I don't remember the logic behind him going on there, but he's trying to reach out to her, and so. She is so him being on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire like that, oddly, all of the stuff, and he's being under investigation because he keeps nailing every question, getting it right.
And they're getting suspicious of that.
Yeah, they're like, how do you know all the answers to these things? Like, there's no way. And all these things, though, that he knows the answers to, like who's on this piece of money or whatever, and he'll know the god or goddess that was on that because at different points in his life, he experienced something that ingrained that in his head. like the reason why he knows that deity is on that is because his mother was killed during this riot or whatever, and he had like kind of a traumatic hallucination about it, and so
Interesting.
that stuck with him. Like, yeah, and it's just there's a little bit more intrinsic parts of that, but his brother works for like a super hardcore criminal like overlord guy. He runs a bunch of different hotels and a bunch of different crime rings and stuff like that. A crime lord.
Huh.
And
Give that a shot.
yeah, it's really, dude, it's such a good story. I would watch that anytime. I watched that a lot, actually, when I was sick. That would be another movie I'd put on.
Yeah, made you feel better?
Yeah, dude, it's such a good, dude, it's such a strong story.
I only say that's weird because when I'm sick, I watch Kung Fu movies because that makes me feel stronger.
I do like Kung Fu movies also.
They just make me feel stronger.
Wasn't there a martial arts movie coming out? Oh, yeah.
Kung
Shogun.
Fu Panda 4?
Shogun.
Oh, Shogun?
Mm-hmm.
That, what article did I read? It was the headlines. I didn't read the article. The headlines were talking about it debuting with a perfect 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see it.
And it's got the dude who was Scorpion in the new Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
I like him a lot.
He was also the Japanese guy in John Wick 4.
Yes, he was. His friend, the hotel owner.
All right.
That guy was very cool. I'm a sucker for cool swordsmen.
Shogun is a term for from Japanese history referring to the military dictators of Japan during most of the period spanning from 1185 to 1868. The title was for... Oh, I'm looking for the show.
Yeah.
The term shogun is associated with a historical drama television limited series based on... So it'll be a limited series, which is cool. Those are always much better.
Yes. Where is it?
1975 novel of the same named by James Clavell.
Yeah,
the series is set to premiere when its first 2 episodes on February 27th, 2024 on
Hulu
and FX.
Good.
The series follows
that took you so long to get
collision of 2 ambitious men from different worlds and
I had to Google it myself and pull it up.
And a mysterious female samurai. Were there female samurais?
Probably.
Were there female samurai?
Like a Mulan situation?
Yeah. What is your dear? All right, let's see here. Were there female samurai?
Have you seen that meme of Mulan where it's like you're a girl?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yes, there were female warriors in pre-modern Japan.
Okay.
They were known as Anamusha or Anabugesha, which translates to woman warrior. These women fought in battle alongside samurai men and were members of the Bushi warrior class in feudal Japan. They were trained in the use of weapons to protect their household families and honor in times of war. While most samurai were men, high-ranking women and wives of the samurai also learned martial arts and tactics and were immersed in samurai culture. It doesn't ever say that they were samurais. It actually specifically goes into saying everything other than they.
Okay. Respected warrior.
While most of the samurai were men, women were super high ranking next to the samurai.
Damn.
Yeah. They were skilled in more than one weapon.
What's it gonna take? Come on.
And they were also apparently very good at archery.
I believe that.
Which is badass. So
archery is insanely cool.
I'm excited for this show. I think it'll be kind of cool. I like limited series so much more. They have the cutoff. They give you the bulk of the show, and it's always really good because you don't have to be drug on through like multiple seasons that suck. Yeah. They just give you it all in one shot. Again, that's my shout out to Rogue One. Like they give you everything you need in that one moment. You're not getting milked for everything else. You already know this is the end. So I like that. Same with like that 1883 show.
I don't know if you've heard this, but what is it? The Tolkien estate approved, I think it's a movie or a miniseries. It's too early in development to really know. But the title of it is The War for Rohirrim. Have you heard about that?
I have heard about that. I wasn't sure if it was a video game or what, though.
It's going to be either a show or a movie.
Okay.
But it is being basically called that franchise's Rogue One.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's just, well, I mean, I like that much more. You would be able to milk me for so much more money if you just gave me specific battles and just like a mini series in that.
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
need any more. I don't need to know how the characters interject anymore. Forget it. Give me just the limited series of individual battles.
Amazon,
That'd be so much
take
more
notes.
badass.
I know Jeff Bezos is listening to this. He tunes in every day.
Mm-hmm. He subscribes to our premium content.
Yes,
so.
he does. He's the first. He put up the paywall, and then he crushed it by how much he put behind it.
Mm-hmm. We're actually super famous. We do this not because we need to, but for the love of the game purely. So
Jeff Bezos, who? He's so below me.
Yeah, now.
Jeez.
Something that I do think would be really cool to
Jeff Bezos?
I don't know how you say it. I'm always going to say Bezos.
No, it is Bezos.
Something I do wish we ended up having a little bit more of is I like the samurai area.
Yeah.
Samurai era, ninja, all of that. I very much so enjoy.
The opening part of Mortal Kombat where it's Scorpion defending his house.
That's such a good sequence.
So cool.
I like that a lot. When's the new Mortal Kombat coming out? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know if they're filming now or let me look that up.
Well, I've seen the little meme tropes or the little poster leaks that they do of like Johnny Cage and all that. So I'm excited because I really do enjoy watching the Mortal Kombat movies. I think they're entertaining. I mean, not all of them, but definitely the newest one that they had made was very watchable. It's like Man of Steel with Superman.
You know who they got for Johnny Cage?
Isn't it the dude who plays he's in Dredd and
it's Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. He's in The Boys.
When's it coming out?
That's the real question.
There's no date yet.
No date?
No
All
date.
right, whatever. I'll be patient. So you saw the poster for Borderlands.
Yes. Saw the poster, and tomorrow we are supposed to be getting the trailer.
Okay.
At time of recording.
How are you feeling about this?
I am patient. I want to see the trailer.
Okay.
So, Kevin Hart, I think he's a little short. Hollywood movie magic, you can make people look taller. You can make them look bigger. I don't really care. They do it with every Tom Cruise movie.
They couldn't do that without it looking super goofy because we all know how tall Kevin Hart is.
Well, think about the Lord of the Rings. Think about...
yeah, but that's much, much different.
And much more thought out than you believe this will be.
Well, no, that has nothing to do with it. A dwarf looks a certain way. Kevin Hart, it'd be weird if you took Warwick Davis and made him 6'9". Like you wouldn't do that. It would look weird.
Kevin Hart doesn't look like Warwick Davis.
No, but you know what I'm talking about. It's different to go from short to tall than to try to make a tall person be the character of a short person.
Yeah.
So much different.
Yeah, but I saw a picture of Kevin Hart and he's put on some muscle definition.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So, I'm sure he's jacked.
I'm sure like even just a trick of the camera will make him look a little bit bigger than he is. Anyways, that's besides the point. I don't know if he can be Roland without being a little bit bigger because in the game, he's in a relationship with Lilith, who is Cate Blanchett's character. And I think I read like a leaked plot where Lilith comes back to her planet. Like she arrives. I don't know why she left. I don't know where she was going or why she's even coming back. But I think it's somehow they get roped into an adventure of saving a little girl who holds the key to the vault.
Okay.
So I don't know who that little girl is. I don't know if they're going to make that Tiny Tina. I've seen that actress in a few things. She was young Ahsoka in the Ahsoka show. She was also in the Barbie movie. I don't know if you ever saw that. But
Bits and pieces.
She was the daughter in the Barbie movie.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So she's going to be Tiny Tina.
Oh my God, she was in she was the young Ahsoka.
Yeah. I don't know how well she's going to be in that because it needs a certain type of personality. Very sporadic, very spastic, all over the place. Okay. She is a demolitions expert, weapons obsessed, just insane character. And so if she can play that high octane volume, by all means. But those are a few of the things that I'm critical of and a little impatient of. They also are not using all of the characters from the first one. They replaced Brick with Craig, I believe. Now, Craig, I don't know if that's the name they're going with. The Psycho, that's just the name that these people are. They're the guys with the masks who've got the melee weapons.
Yeah. You're a generic bad guy.
You're a generic bad guy in the first one, yeah. They're going with that character who I'm pretty sure he was playable as a DLC in either the third one or the second one. Or maybe it was even the pre-sequel. It doesn't matter. What matters is they didn't put Brick in there.
Okay.
Instead, they put him in there. And I don't know why, but I hope it's important. Maybe Brick will come around later.
Do you know who Bobby Lee's supposed to play?
I do not.
I don't either. I was just curious if you did.
Because they've named all the other characters that I could possibly think of as far as Jacob's Munitions is already cast, like that guy. They've got Scooter, they've got his sister Ellie or Ella, whatever. Mad Moxie's even cast, so they wouldn't put Bobby as Mad Moxie.
So then I guess a question that I have for you then, when you see that a video games being adapted into a movie, what do you just abandon the expectation? It's obviously not going to be the same as the video game. But what do you need to see for it to be something that kind of like, do you need it to have certain tie over to what you're familiar with already, or does it need to be on its own?
It needs to be on its own because so far every single video game adaptation into a film has teetered the line of both of those. And as far as like having the call outs to the fans, because they somehow are treating it like it's a reward for us, just seeing these little call outs, like that doesn't matter. If it has nothing to do with the story, that's why we care about the games. It's not because of these cool little gimmicks, but because of how they're used to propel the story and make it a likable experience.
Well, it's also if they suck you into the story. That's what I did not. I felt much more attached to the Borderlands first story. I did not get that. I did not enjoy Borderlands 2. Barely played Borderlands 3.
Ooh.
For me, everything just got too crazy. I liked it when it's a little bit more, less wild. Like, again, I use this reference. What happened from Kick-Ass to Kick-Ass 2 is such a different type of movie. It's so over the top and crazy, and just like that becomes less real. Obviously, I'm trying to, like, there's only so much I can exaggerate before it's too much.
I feel you.
Bobby Lee's going to be playing a character named Larry.
I'm trying to think who Larry is.
Larry will be one of the sadistic psychos that gets in the way of the central group of vault hunters.
Great.
So he'll just be one of those characters.
Great. I honestly like Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
I think he's really funny.
I think that'll be a good character for him.
Yeah. What other movies has he been in? Because I know he's been an actor.
You should see Death and Ramen. It's a little short film on YouTube. It's really, really good. Bobby Lee's fantastic in that.
Huh. Interesting.
And he was also in, what is it called? Reservation Dogs.
Okay.
It's on Hulu. Also a very good show. He's in that. He's very.
Oh, I think I've seen the trailer for Reservation Dogs.
He got very big because he was on Magnum PI and Sex and the City. That's not why he got very big, but that's something that made him very big in TV world. Yeah,
it's in Sex and the City.
Mm-hmm. And then
weird
multiple versions of that show. And then
he was funny.
Yeah. I mean, he was in. He got a lot of notoriety from being on Mad TV back in the day.
Okay.
He used to do a lot of sketches, and yeah, that's probably a little bit more where he started from when people started to know who he was. But stand-up comedy and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was in those Sex and the City and Magnum PI.
That is very funny.
Mm-hmm. So I find him very funny, and in Death and Ramen, he's a very, in my opinion, that changed my mind on what he was like as an actor. That
interesting.
He was very, very good at that.
Okay.
So, we are, I can't really think of much else to say. We're at half an hour now.
Half an hour? That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I think that was a...
I could tell more about what I'm going to critique about the Borderlands trailer, but I'll save it for when it comes out.
Yeah, we'll talk about it again.
Yeah.
We're going to be
definitely talk about it after it comes out. So
we're going to be watching the next Planet of the Apes movie soon. So,
yeah.
Get ready for the next EP to drop.
Woo!
Until then...
Farewell, friends.
Farewell, everybody.